Back the truck up right there. Great. We'll get Jacob to unload these beams and you can head home for the weekend.
Are you Foreman Kyle?
Yep, that's me. Can I help you, ma'am?
I'm Monica. The Building Code Guild sent me over here to examine your bridge.
Ah, a bridge examiner, huh? Well, ma'am, you will notice right away that we have made amazing progress this morning. Already we have the foundation, the main pillars, and these steel beams will serve as perfect arches.
Yes. Have you done the calculations for the stresses?
Stresses?
Yeah, you know, the forces pushing and pulling on different parts of your structure.
Pushing and pull. Oh, those stresses. Of course, yes, totally, Ben. Excuse me for a second.
Sure.
Mr. Jacobs, come in.
I read you, boss. What's up?
Please tell me you've been testing the stresses on the bridge.
Stresses?
You know, the pushing and the pulling on the different parts of our structure.
Pushing and pull. Oh, those stresses. But wasn't that the architect's job?
You mean the guy we fired last week?
Everything all right over there, Mr. Kyle?
Just fine. We're talking shop. Everything's falling apart. I mean, together.
Okay. Though you might want to take a look at your bridge.
What's wrong with it now?
Is it supposed to be moving like that?
No?
You seeing this, boss?
That's a copy.
Want me to start up paws and tails?
That'd be great, Jacobs.
Hello? Anyone here?
Over here, Laura.
Whoa, what happened here?
I don't want to talk about it.
Kyle was trying to make a bridge for a school project.
Out of popsicle sticks?
I said I don't want to talk about it.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Pouty Pants. It's not like I had the greatest morning ever either.
What happened?
Mom said that I can't play video games for a whole week.
A week? What did you do? Steal something?
Do I look like the kind of person who would steal something, Monica?
I mean, does anybody?
No, I didn't steal anything. I just lost my temper.
Whoa! You? This I've got to hear. Who did you beat up?
I didn't beat anyone up, Kyle. I just got angry with them. They were beating me at a game, and I think they were cheating. Not sure. Anyway, Mom heard me yelling and told me that if that's how I was going to be while playing video games, I needed a break. And when I yelled at her, well, you can guess what happened from there.
You yelled at your mom? Man, you're lucky she's letting you sleep inside tonight. My mom wouldn't let me get away with that at all.
Did I mention the whole no video games for a week?
Yeah, I think she is getting punished, Kyle.
Besides, I didn't mean to yell at her. I was just angry. I was sorry right after it happened, but it was too late. So I guess this is where I'll be hanging out for today.
Well, look on the bright side.
What bright side?
At least you can still listen to the radio.
Yeah.
I'll start it up.
So that's what happened, Mr. Jacobs. I got angry, yelled at the computer, yelled at Mom, and now I can't play on the computer for a week.
Sounds like you've been through a lot.
Yeah, and all because I got angry.
It happens to the best of us, Laura. I get angry all the time.
Who says you're the best?
You know what I mean.
Maybe, but I don't have that problem. I don't get angry, ever.
Is that a fact, Monica?
Come on, Monica. I've seen you angry a whole bunch of times.
That was the old Monica. The new Monica is about not letting any bad feelings in, just happy ones.
Interesting.
I thought so.
So if I poke you, poke, you won't get mad?
Nope.
How about now?
Nope.
All right, Kyle. Let's not pester Monica just to get her upset. I think it's admirable to not let yourself get angry, Monica, but I think you're missing something important.
Missing something is a sad feeling. Not gonna let that happen.
What I meant is, though they can be difficult, feelings are a part of being a person. The nice ones and the not so nice ones are all part of living. And though some are more enjoyable, none of them are wrong to feel.
That can't be right. I thought God wants us to be happy all the time.
Yeah, doesn't the Bible say that somewhere? There's a song about it. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice.
That's a good point. But what that verse is talking about is no matter how we feel, we can always have hope. Because though bad stuff happens, He will always make them better. As strange as it is, we can be angry, sad, or uncomfortable and still be glad God is in control.
Okay, so if it's not wrong to get angry, why do I get punished for being angry?
That's a really good question. It often can seem like we're getting punished for being angry, but often it's for the fact that we're angry about the wrong thing. If we're being selfish, impatient, or proud, the slightest thing can make us angry. That's why the Bible doesn't say to not be angry, but instead in James 1 it says to be slow to anger, because what typically makes us angry doesn't make us do the right thing.
So, are there times where being angry does make us do the right thing?
You know, I might just have a script about that. I'll be right back.
Classic, Mr. Jacobs.
We'll listen to the radio while we wait.
And now, from the garage of Lionel Jacobs comes the wonderful drama, The Fearsome Rancher, an adapted biblical teaching about anger. Way out in the Badlands, just off the Oregon Trail, and by a little spring, there was a little town called Tranquility.
Ironic name, all things considered.
You got that right, Sheriff.
You see, just outside Tranquility, there lived a rancher named Gus. He was big, burly, and wild.
I was wild, not anymore.
Right. Do you mind if I tell them about the old days?
All right, just as long as they know I'm a better man now.
You see, a while back, Gus was working on his ranch when he saw a prairie dog ripping up all of the spinach plants in his garden.
Why, you little...
He went on a rampage, out to destroy all prairie dogs everywhere, which eventually landed him in the jailhouse.
I don't know what got into you, Gus, but blowing up half the town is completely unacceptable.
They were digging up my spinach.
And how is putting dynamite in my flower bed any better?
You just sit there and think about what you've done.
And so Gus served his time and went back to his ranch. A little bit wiser, but later that week, he was building a fence when the train chuffed by. Its whistle may have been friendly, but it spooked Gus's cattle and they all scattered.
No, come back. Ah!
And with that, Gus stormed off to the train station to give the engineer a bit of his mind, which landed him back in jail.
Really, Gus? Assaulting a train engineer?
Because of you, my train was late and I couldn't go to the garden store to buy new flowers.
And so Gus served his time and went back to his ranch, a little bit wiser.
Can we skip to today? There are a lot of stories, and they all end pretty much the same way.
That's true. There's the mine shaft story,
No!
The stagecoach story.
Stop it!
the snake oil salesman story.
That one was fair.
All right, yes. Many times over the years, Gus was quick to get angry over something that bothered him. He overreacted and did something rash, which landed him in jail.
But I learned, and I won't get angry again.
But on the day of our story, a bunch of outlaws rode into town and started hurting the townsfolk. The sheriff did her best to stop them, but there were too many.
We couldn't afford a deputy, on account of having to pay to rebuild the town over and over.
Gus watched in horror as the bandits did all kinds of terrible things. And he felt a familiar feeling well up inside of him.
Hey, stop! Stop!
What happened next was an action sequence so epic that it makes our financial office glad this is a radio show.
Special effects are expensive.
Ooh. Ah.
Suffice it to say, Gus single-handedly stopped the outlaws and they all landed in jail.
Okay, Sheriff. I know I got angry back there. I'm ready. Lock me up.
Lock you up? You saved the town.
Let's throw a party to the champion of tranquility.
And so Gus went back to his ranch, a little bit wiser, and he lived the rest of his days in peace. But if trouble ever comes to Tranquility, the townsfolk know who they can count on.
Ah, boy.
The moral is that though anger can make it easy to do what is wrong, there are times when it can help us do what is right. Just like everything else God gives us, we need to use it wisely to help others who are in trouble, not to help us get our own way.
Mr. Jacobs, I have a question about what we've been talking about today.
I figured there'd be a couple of those. What's on your mind, Monica?
I get what the lesson was in the drama about the rancher, and what you were saying about it being a normal emotion. But while you guys were listening to the radio, I was looking up Bible verses about anger, and there are a lot of them that say it's not good to be angry.
How many is a lot?
Well, for starters, There's Colossians 3:8, Psalms 37:8, Matthew 5:22, Ephesians 4:31.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah. If there are that many Bible verses about it being bad, then even though there might be some times it might help us to be good, most of the time it seems like it's just bad to be angry.
Yeah, so what gives, Mr. Jacobs?
You're right, kids. Most of the time, being angry is bad. And I think a couple passages that might help us out are Ephesians 4:26, Galatians 5, and 2 Corinthians 13.
Okay. That's a lot fewer verses than what Monica found.
That's true, Laura. But these help us understand how to deal with our anger, so it doesn't become a bad thing. First, we need to realize that we need to be in control of our anger. It's easy to just let anger take over and make us do some really bad stuff. But in these verses, it tells us that if we let God change us, and if we love others, being able to be in control of our anger becomes easier and easier.
So that's your advice? Let God change us and love others?
Well, that's usually what living for God typically boils down to, Kyle.
He's got a point.
Any other questions?
Not really. I'll have to think about what we've been talking about some more with my parents.
Yeah, those are all the questions I had.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that's a first. Okay. Well, in that case, can I ask a question?
You?
Sure.
Are we done with these popsicle sticks, or are you guys going to keep working with them?
Right. My bridge. I'll clean it up. Looks like I'm going to do a little more research before I can finish this assignment.
I'll help you.
I'll get the ones back here.
And I'll turn off the radio.